Speak out when you see things are not working out for you. Now, don't let it build a stressful environment that can affect your mind, your health, and your family relationship. Yes, I'm talking about your job, and I'm talking about the professional pressure that currently most of the employees are facing. Not only in the recruiting industry, could be in any industry. Pressure and stress are two different things. Now, pressure is something that you get from your management to complete a task, and because of your inability to complete the task, you are getting pressures, continuous pressure or fall off from the management, and that is something is making you feel worried. That is one instance. And another thing is you are stressed so much that it started affecting your health, your mind, and your personal relationship as well. Let me tell you one of my examples. When I was working as a senior recruiter, I found myself in a situation where I could not able to share it with anybody else. Now, if you are in that kind of situation, that so many things happening that is really making you feel bad and making you feel panic, making you feel stressed, you better speak out. Don't stay the way I stayed. I was fighting my own battle. I was thinking one day everything is going to be all right because I was trying to prove myself. I have no idea, no matter how the way I prove, things are not going to change because you cannot change somebody's mind who already made it for you in a certain way. If they're looking at you in a certain way, if management has decided to look at you in a certain way, if your team lead has made their mind to look at you in a certain way, you cannot change their perspective. I did not know that. I thought it is my productivity because one time I was a pretty good employee, but all of a sudden that changed into an environment which felt like more of a hostile environment. I felt like I'm alone. I felt like everybody is one and I am different, because that's how the behavior, that's how the relationship, everything changed almost like in a day, in a week. I had no idea why things became like that, but I found myself isolated and alone. I was spending a lot of time, but I was not productive. Most of the time I spent at my desk alone because I did not feel supported. I didn't feel that there is something I could do at this job, and again stressed about what is that going to happen if I lose this job, and crying alone when I find myself in that situation at my desk, crying alone in the office toilets, and crying alone, worried at the parking lot. While going home, even after parking the vehicle, before even opening the door, the stress was so much, the heartbeat goes so fast, that tears just roll out of my eyes from nowhere. I have no idea what's that is happening with me. I did not know at that point of time that it is the result of stress. Now, if you are experiencing something like that, where it is making you to burn out, it is making you to feel the self-doubt on yourself, and it might be making you feel that I cannot continue anymore. Or you may feel that it is injustice happening with me. Or it might feel that, am I really fit for this job or should I leave? Now, if that is kind of situation that you are currently in, if you are not immune to these sort of experience, if you cannot take stress, if you cannot take the professional pressure, you please speak out. Speak to your management, speak to your manager, and speak to someone who can help you ease your burden or help you make some decision. Do not discuss anything bad about your management with your colleagues. or with other departments or somebody else. Why? Because it is that you might have felt that everybody is my team and they might help me to come to a decision, but you have no idea when your colleagues, the people whom you explained about your situation, if they tell to the management, if it goes to the upper level, it might feel like you are making the environment you are screwing up the environment, you are spoiling the environment. It comes as in it is an excuse and you are scaring the other employees with your situation because of your inability to achieve the task, because of your inability to complete a goal. You have named it as a pressure and you are making other employees panic, and that may lead to lose your job. But your intention is right. But when it goes to third person from the second person, it may sound different. So better you speak to the person who is in a decision making chair. And moreover, if you find yourself stressful, you need to act faster. You just cannot stay there thinking what is the manager is going to think, what management is going to think, what others going to think. It is your health, your family, your life, and your job. What is the point? Because of this one job, because just to prove something, you are spoiling your health, you're spoiling your relationship, and it may end your life. Yes, we have been hearing so many news right outside, how work pressure, how stress is killing, and how people are ending their life. Don't let to see yourself to that situation. Don't drag yourself to that level. Don't be a physical burden to your family. I understand everybody needs money to survive and live the current life, but do you think it should come in the cost of the worry, stress, and a fear and lose of somebody's life? It should not, right? Moreover, we have this life to enjoy, experience, live it. But what is that we have made it? We made it a competition, a jealous comparison to one between other, and with that, the unstoppable struggle is continuing. There is no satisfaction in anybody of us, irrespective of our current situation. We want more, we want more, we want more, we want to do more, we want to show more, we want to gather more. Companies want to get more, grow more, increase their revenue. So when this expectation, unnecessary expectation ends, I leave that up to you. But what I feel, if you do not take control at this moment when you are at your good age, young age, energetic age, and you have a family, if you do not take care of yourself now, you will be worried when time passes away and you find yourself alone, and that bad time which you have not reacted, that will affect your future as well. Speak out to the people who are directly related to your responsibilities. If possible, take off or change your job. Yes, leave this job and join somewhere else. Now you might be thinking how I'm going to take care of my expenses. Yes, that is there. But are you ready to put your family in a situation, in a financial crisis if something happens to you? Think it once again. The work stress not only makes you feel alone, it also affects your decision making ability. The people who are going through extreme stress, they find themselves having sleepless issues. They don't get sleep enough. They don't feel as if they have energy left for the personal work or maybe for their office work. They do not find themselves energetic going to the office, and they find themselves lethargic and fatigued most of the time when they are at home. Forget about taking vacations or spending time in the weekends. Most of the people who are in stress, they get addicted to smoking, drinking, or some sort of addictions which is going to spoil in the future. Now the stress also affect their decision making ability. Most of the time they forget things like phone numbers. When they see some sort of numbers outside, when they try to recollect, or when they take some information and when they try to recollect, they forget it. Why? Because the brain has a potential to remember things when it comes with a stronger signal, but when the brain is filled, the health is filled with stress and that sort of trauma, it doesn't have a space to keep the another more information which is coming inside. Not only that, the people who are having with continuous stress, they don't feel going outside. They don't feel, getting into groups. They feel bad daily, day after another, looking at themselves that they are not having any personal time. These people think to do workout, focus on their diet, have a wonderful shape of their body, and they wanted to go out, but what happens? They find themselves stressed all the time. That also impacts on the personal life, and they take the work stress to the home, and they start fighting with the wife, to the husband, to the kids, to the neighbors and other people. They get rigid all the time. They feel like irritated all the time. The short temper comes in. They have a headache, they build the headache. They have a migraine comes in. Now this is what the health impact once you do not take care of the stress. Now stress is what? Stress is something, the chemical eruption from the brain all the time when it feels in like a hostile environment. It is like a flight or fight mode, always in a terrorizing environment, that what is that going to happen to me. And in that kind of situation, when body finds itself, it doesn't have anything but to save itself, and it releases the chemicals to save itself. When most of the stress chemical comes in, what is that going to happen is every energy, the blood pressure goes to the mind, because it wants to save you. When your body goes through continuous stress, it will not get proper blood flow to other organs, but it will just stay in your brain. Then it slowly builds the headache, the migraine, as I just said. And when you eat, again you feel the burning sensation and digestive issues. And moreover, sitting most of the time will have a back pain. You find yourself feeling like an old individual, though you have a good young age. Why it happens? Because you do not identify that stress is already building up, or you are getting into a stressful environment. It is very much important. Don't let yourself fall into the trap of proving yourself to somebody and not able to find a life for yourself. You have only one life, and this life, as I said, to experience and enjoy. How it is going to be when you spend a lot of time, you might find little bit of money in your bank account and you find yourself in the hospital. Are you getting my point? This is very much important for this generation or for the people who are currently working. Identify, are you taking a pressure which is building you, or are you constantly under a stressful environment? You will build the procrastination. It never completes. There is no satisfaction of the job. There is no satisfaction of your work. You will find as if you have no idea why you are working there, and you are finding yourself doing the same thing again and again. You find others are better than you. You find that you are the only one who is unlucky and others are better. This is all the mental game, the mind game that plays. So before it is too late, identify your current situation, talk to people. Don't stay calm the way I was not talking to anybody else. And there are so many people who do not share their pain, their stress with others. Make sure you talk to people, get to a solution, and live a better life. Don't let your professional stress kill you, and live with burden and not let your family worry because you are not able to handle your work. If anything is such happening, make sure you may put that in the comment box. You want any suggestion, anything like that. But end of the day, it is your life, your family, your job, your career. I leave it with you that you can take a wise decision and enjoy your life and stay happy and healthy with your family. Take care and bye-bye.